Okay, so these cookies were not my idea. I'll just say it. My brother came up with them. He was like, what if you made cookies that taste like trail mix? And I was like, why? But now I owe him an apology because I did, and they're actually so good. They're chewy, they're peanut buttery, they got that sweet, salty thing going on, plus they're gluten-free and super easy. So today I'm showing you how to make these shockingly good trail mix cookies. Let's go. Here are all the ingredients I'm using today. They're also in the description below so that you can follow along too. Feel free to pause here and take a screenshot, and let's get baking. Alright, I use this Bob's Red Mill gluten-free 1-to-1 flour because it never fails me, seriously. I've linked it in the description and my Amazon storefront because people ask me all the time where I get it, so now I can just say, description, bestie. Then add a pinch of salt, a half teaspoon of baking soda, and 1.5 teaspoons of cornstarch. Cornstarch is the secret to soft cookies that don't puff up into weird muffin shapes. Give it a little stir, and dry stuff, check. Now, let me talk a little bit about this Bob's Red Mill gluten-free 1-to-1 flour. I love it so much because it's a perfect 1-to-1 swap in almost any recipe for regular flour. Not yeasted recipes, but that's a video for another day. You can also make this recipe with regular all-purpose flour if you're not gluten-free. In a separate bowl, you're going to add 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, and all your wet ingredients. Alright, this is your moment to shine, butter. You need softened butter, not melted, softened, like room temp, like squishy but not liquid, you know what I mean? If your butter's too melted, your cookies will spread like pancakes and cry on the tray. No one wants emotional cookies. Then you're going to add 1 egg and 1 egg yolk and a splash of vanilla to that, baby. And then, of course, since this is my classic peanut butter cookie base, you're going to add about 1/2 cup of peanut butter. The classic kind, not the natural drippy one. We don't want no hippie peanut butter up in here. We want the sweet stuff with all the chemicals and preservatives and all that. Give it a mix. I'm using my classic teal handheld mixer, also linked below if you want a twin. And yes, all my aesthetic sugar and flour jars are also linked because we bake in style over here. Mix until it's creamy and slightly fluffy like so. Like peanut butter frosting, but you probably shouldn't eat it yet. Probably. Now you're going to gradually mix the dry into the wet. Not all at once, or you'll get flour in your eyelashes. We want cookie dough, not a dust storm. Once it's all mixed, you're going to fold in your trail mix. I used peanuts, raisins, and M&Ms because that's what my brother had in mind, and honestly, he crushed it. This is giving peanut butter cookie meets monster cookie with a granola kid twist, you know what I'm saying? You could literally use a bag of trail mix if that's what you want. I just threw together what I had on hand. You could have fun with it. Add some white chocolate chips. Add some peanut butter chips. Add different types of nuts. Add some seeds. Add some other types of dried fruit. I don't know, boo. Get creative. You do you. I'm not judging. I'm just giving you good gluten-free recipes. Because gluten-free doesn't have to suck, my friends. And this is proof of that. Alright. Now we're going to fold that all in. And I actually ended up adding more of my little trail mix, and this time around I went with more raisins because I'm a raisin fanatic. I love raisins. But like I said, get creative with your add-ins. You could even add some oats if you want. You know what I'm saying? Alright, here's the hard part. You're going to chill the dough overnight. I know, I hate waiting too, but if you want chewy, well-behaved cookies that aren't greasy or flat, chill that dough. It helps everything meld together and makes the cookies actually set when they bake. No shortcuts. I see you trying to sneak one. Put the bowl in the fridge overnight.
A few moments later.
Alright, you did it. You waited. That wasn't so hard, was it? Now you're going to preheat the oven to 325 Fahrenheit. That's 160 Celsius for my international bakers. And you're going to grease a baking pan and then dust it with that gluten-free 1-to-1 flour. This does 2 things. 1, it keeps the cookies from sticking. And 2, it stops the bottoms from over-baking on a dark pan. Slap that flour on there. Listen to this. Slap that flour on there and then kind of tap it around like so. Those tapping noises were just fantastic, weren't they? Then you're going to scoop your dough like so with your hand. Put them in a little egg shape. Shape it into this little egg. Make it tall. I know it looks weird, but trust me, this is the secret, the ultimate hack to chewy cookies. Space them out. These babies spread a little bit and bake for 12 to 15 minutes. Or slightly longer depending on your oven and your vibe. I'm not judging. You know your oven better than I do. You do you, boo, like I always say. When they come out, they should look slightly underbaked in the center. That's perfect. Leave them on the pan for 10 minutes, they'll finish cooking there. Then transfer them to a cooling rack, if they make it that far. I usually eat at least one while I'm pretending I'm checking the texture. Wink, wink. Alright, I did not expect to love these this much. They're sweet from the raisins, crunchy from the peanuts, melty from the M&Ms, and the base is just pure peanut buttery magic. My brother might be a genius. Don't tell him I said that. This cookie reminds me of summer, reminds me of camping. It's like an adventure in your mouth. If you make these, tag me. I want to see your trail mix cookie creations. The recipe is here in the video. All the ingredients, my favorite baking tools and ingredients and everything are linked in the description if you want to twin with my baking setup. Hit like, subscribe, and share this with your favorite snack-loving sibling, or a hiker, or anyone who just loves cookies. See you next time for more gluten-free deliciousness and probably more peanut butter. Let's be real.